All right. So I'm on Zoom and Instagram Live as well, all right? So that's why I'll be looking both ways. So let's get cracking. Okay. So there's a couple of things we're going to do. First, we're going to prepare our vegetables. And the great thing about doing a little basic curry is you can use whatever vegetables you have available. As long as, you know, you chop them small enough and yeah, just whatever you can find, really. I know not everyone can find peppers sometimes or sweet potatoes, that's okay. Carrots, okay, so here's what we're going to be doing basically. I'm going to show you how to make around 2 batches of curry, okay? So we'll start off kind of basic here. I've got a few carrots here, 3 reasonably sized carrots. Now, a couple of medium onions, or in my case, I've got this big whopper onion here. But yeah, a couple of onions will do really, because we're making 2 curries here. But as I say, usually maybe a couple of carrots, onion, pepper, sweet potato. This is the base of the vegetable curry that we're going to make. Kind of vegetable, Madras, jalfrezi, that sort of heat level. So it isn't authentic, but it's just basic, okay? So, as I say, feel free to come with your suggestions and stuff. And we're also on Zoom, and we have a few people chiming in here. So, as I say, that's why I'll be having 2 conversations at the same time, so bear with me, okay? All right. Also mushrooms as well. So let's get started on all the chopping business, shall we? No dilly-dally, okay? Get your big onion, and again, chop the top off, chop the tail off, don't chop your fingers off. You want to get all this kind of nasty skin, nasty kind of brown bits off as well. So just chop it in half. Chop it in half, then just peel around the edge. There you go. See that? That's kind of unblemished there. So, all right. Same with the other bit. Other side, off. And yeah, just depends how big you like your onion bits. But I'm going to chop mine nice and fine today. So, just kind of chop it, as I say, however you feel really. Just into slices, and then just chop it the other way, really. And just feel free, if you feel that it's getting too close to your fingers, just flip it over, keep chopping. And again, they can be as small or as big as you like, these bits of onion. So you've got your own piece, just kind of slice it one way, then just slice it the other way. Once again, I'm crying because of my not particularly sharp knife, so, oh my gosh, yeah, that's sharp. Well, not sharp. The onions are making me cry a little bit, so, but there we go. That's why I should have a sharp knife, or otherwise your eyes start watering like crazy. Okay? Got that onion prepped. Now, get a pepper. You can do it lots of different ways with your pepper. I like to chop the top off, personally. So you're left with this, like that. Oh, there's your bit, your little stalk. You don't want that. But I like to, yeah, cut the top off, then I've got this nice bit here and I can chop that up. A little bit. Okay. And again, let me know what you're up to this evening. Let me know what you're having for dinner, what you've had for dinner. Because I haven't eaten yet as well, so I'm pretty hungry. Now what you can do, when you get your pepper, you can cut the top bits on the top, and then you see this bit here, you can kind of just pull that out And that's quite unorthodox, but that's how I do it. Just pull it out like that, boom, look at that. See that? There you go. So that minimises your wastage there. And you see all those kind of white pithy bits in there? There's no seeds there. You could eat those bits if you want to, that's not seed. That's just the inside of the vegetable. And once you've got that, you can literally just chop down in half, like this, and then just chop into the quarters. I don't know, it depends how you kind of like your peppers. Do you like them in strips? Do you like them in little chunks? I don't know. I'm going to do strips. So just take this. Also, let me know if you can see. Let me know if I'm clear enough as well. I'm just going to cut my peppers into strips. And again, we're going to leave this stuff cooking for a fair while, maybe half an hour to be fair. It could be as long or short as you like, really, with this curry. We're doing one vegetable, one chicken, okay? Just to show you two different ways of doing the same basic curry, okay? Mine are all shapes and sizes, don't worry about it. Doesn't have to be perfect. That's the excuse I use anyway. Okay, have a look at this. See, we've got our little bits of pepper there, little chunks, little strips. Do the same with your other pepper if you've got that. Just chop your top off. Not your actual top of your body, but just chop into nice little chunks. There we go. And again, don't rush if you're not too confident. I'm not too confident really, but don't rush it. Just take it slow. Don't risk it. Don't risk your fingers. And then, yeah, half, quarter, just do more strips, lengthways if you fancy, or chunks, I don't know how you like it. Same here. Let me know if this is clear, guys. Okay. So you can kind of see here, we've got lots of little vegetables, lots of nice bits here. Trying to escape off our board, actually. So here comes the bit where we want to start cooking all these in a pan, okay? I've got a couple of pans here. You can use the wok. That's great. You can use one of these more casserole dishes. Let me just wave to the people on the Instagram. Hello. Okay. I'm going to put that, put it here. Here we go. So, there we go. And that should be visible. And then just put your onion and your pepper into a hot pan. So you want to turn this pan on, high heat. There you go. You hear that hissing away. And then get your oil, which I've put right here. And people were asking the other week about measurements for oil. Really don't worry about it. Just can be a tiny little bit, just a little pool. I don't know, the size of. I mean, if you want to do measurements, a tablespoon would be great. As I say, hi Josie. So yeah, basically any amount of oil really, but you don't need much. Okay, that's the thing. Let me show you. There you go. Wait a second. Bear with me. There you go. You see that? That's a fair amount. But yeah, basically, just put your peppers and your onions in the oil. I'm a savage, using my bare hands. You don't have to do that. Obviously, just tip it from the tray, from your chopping board. And you can hear that oil starting to sizzle. That's what you want. You want it hot. So just, yeah. All those nice flavours. And of course, at this point, we haven't put seasoning in there, but we're going to do that, okay? We're just starting off nice and slow, nice and simple. Chopped vegetables in your pan. at a kind of medium-high heat, like a 3/4 turn, you know, of your dial. 70%, 65%. Okay, if you've got a spoon, spatula, anything will do. Stir it around. See all that? Starting to shine. Okay. There you go. And you've got that on the heat there. As I say, you can add a bit of salt, a bit of pepper. Keep it simple for now. That was a lot of salt, you can see. Perhaps a bit too much salt, so. But that's going to be my salt portion, I'd say. All right. And then your pepper. This is the star of the show. Kind of a jar of paste, you see. Paste, not a jar of sauce, a jar of paste, any supermarket, whatever we're doing it. Here's another brand. The paste costs you a couple of pounds or so, and yeah, you just chuck that in there, and it gives that instant curry flavour. Oh, I'm glad you like it, Fran. So yeah, instant curry flavour. But for now, we've got our vegetables, and we're just going to leave those there. High heat, as I say. Leave that there for now. Put the lid on. Just chill out for a little while, okay? All right. So I've got the phone, I've got that, got this, handling all these bits at once. Hi, Fran, how's it going? Hello.
Hello.
I couldn't hear you for a second there. There you go, I hear you now. How you doing?
I really want to eat while you're cooking.
Well, I mean, as I say, if I could just transport that to you through the medium of technology, I would.
Yes, I'm just eating like pre-made pasta since like September.
Lovely pasta. So we're just taking it nice and slow, nice and simple at this point. Onions, peppers are in there, just kind of cooking away. And we've got some carrots here. I mean, I've just got 3 carrots. There's not a number of carrots you need to put in there. Any would do. I'm going to grate these carrots in there. If you don't have a grater, you can also use one of these, which is like peeler. So you can just kind of peel and shave it in there. And that means, of course, it will cook much faster. So you can just do that, chop your fingers off in the process, and just keep kind of going like that. And that does the trick. After a while, I kind of get bored and give up. So, you know, a grater is handier in that way. But yeah, you can just use whatever you have really and just put these shavings in there. It's a good way to be a bit healthier with your cooking. Just put even more veg in there. So yeah, just let that do its thing. Now this is the Whopper. This is the kind of centerpiece of this meal. You can use a butternut squash. You can use a sweet potato. You can use a swede, a turnip. You know what I mean. You could use just carrots and chop these carrots into chunks and put them in there. That will work perfectly fine as well. Basically, the basic kind of curry that I do, again, this isn't authentic, this is just my version. It's just an onion, a pepper, and tinned tomatoes, these babies, and your paste. And then if you want chicken, put chicken in there. If you want lamb, if you want a big vegetable like this, just chuck it in there whole. No, don't do that. That's not good. I'm joking. But yeah. You got your here. Hey, what was that, Fran?
What is that vegetable? I've never seen it.
So this is called a sweet potato. And you get it quite commonly in the British supermarkets. You usually see them in packs of 2, but you can get them in big bags at like the Tesco Metro, the big supermarkets. Sweet potatoes, I think they call them yams in America. I'm sure any American viewers, let me know in the comments. I'm not sure exactly. But yeah, sweet potato, butternut squash can be used as well. That's a similar kind of sort of hard vegetable. So yeah, at the moment, as I say, I can't reach the laptop over and show you guys what's going on in there, but the vegetables are just kind of reducing down there. Let me, okay, so you've got this, and you can kind of slice it into tiny chunks, okay? So you don't want to do it too big, obviously, otherwise we'll be here for days with this thing cooking. We'll be here for ages. So you can do little kind of circles, kind of like that. And you can chop those in half again. So little bits like that. And just kind of chuck those in there. You can use a microwave, and this is what I would recommend, to use a microwave. But the setup of my cameras today, guys, means I can't access my microwave. So just take that as a tip, okay? It would be faster with a microwave. For now, we're just going to do it all in the pan, okay? So let's assume, I don't know, that your microwave is gone. You don't have access to it. But you have the hob, you have the stove. So what are you going to do? Just cook everything on the stove. So to those on the Instagram, you can see all the bits kind of mixing away there. You can hear that sizzling. And just don't worry about it. You don't even need to stir it too much. As long as you've got it not too high on the pan, you won't burn it. It's fine. If you are worried about it burning, what you can do as a tip is get your kettle with some water and just pour a little bit of water into that pan. And that will almost boil your vegetables. Keep them nice and moist, nice and soft. That's one thing you can do. Water in there, let's add a bit more. And I'm just going to leave that. Put my lid on whilst I deal with this monster. So you need a sharp knife for this, really. I don't think your eating knife will cut this properly. As you can see, you try cutting that and you end up with these big kind of big chunks here, big circles, you know. Also, sweet potato, what I learned from a young age, I realised, okay, you can't just eat this like a carrot and bite into it, sadly. As nice as that would be, don't eat it raw. Although one great thing you can do with it is, you know, carrot cake. You can actually use this in carrot cake if you kind of grate it, you know, and then just basically you can use most vegetables in carrot cake. You could cut up a turnip and put that in your cake, and it could be a turnip cake. It sounds nonsense, but it actually works really well. So yeah. Also, this is taking me ages because I keep stopping, but I promise you it's a much faster dish than I'm making it out to be. And with practice, it becomes even easier. So we've got all our chunks here. Just chuck these in. Oh, hi Georgia. How you doing? All right, lovely to have you with us.
Hello, Georgia. I'm going to follow you on Instagram as well.
Yeah, oh, wonderful.
Okay.
Same plan.
Hello, Georgia.
So, yeah. Again, get your slice of it and just chop it. Let me show you on Instagram here. Into bits like that. You see that? And then just grab them and then put them in there. Yeah. Try again, Fran. One-handed chopping. Just hack at it. There you go, look at that. Absolute Michelin star precision right there. Digest, okay? Don't worry about perfect sizes, okay? I mean, it will only be tasty, Georgia, of course, once it, I mean, I'm so tempted to eat this right now, unfortunately. Takes a little while, but it's worth it, trust me. A lovely flavour, okay? All right. So in a while, I'm going to show you how to kind of turn it into a chicken. You know, you just add chicken to cut a long story short. Fran, come on. Don't be so hard on yourself, Fran. You do have those kind of skills, okay? All it takes is a little bit of practice, and I know it seems awkward, but that's because I'm not doing it. I'm a bit awkward with it, but again, you don't have to be perfect. Just figure it out as you go along and just do a little bit of practice. Oh, Georgia. Well, I wouldn't advocate chopping without, you know, obviously securing it with your hand is good. Tricky is just make sure your fingers are nowhere near the vegetable, because you don't want bits of finger in with your meal, ideally, unless you're Hannibal. Okay. We need to speed this up. Okay, I'm surprised you're not all falling asleep. This is far too slow. Okay, there we go, that's better. Chop. There we go. In we go. If you're confused at any stage as well, just say, okay? And I can recap what we're going through here. It's just a great way to use up any leftover vegetables you have in your fridge. And you're thinking, okay, what do I do with these things? Just chuck any vegetable you got. I'm not trying to be posh, honestly, anything will work. Sweet potato is just one thing, you know, everything does the trick. There we go, take this time, it's all right. But one tip I would say, might qualify for the title of the series, Kitchen Hacks, is just add a little bit of water to your pan. Makes things a little bit easier. All right. And I am a case study of making it up as I go along, so really don't worry about it. If it doesn't look like a picture in Jamie Allen's cookbook, Jamie doesn't really know what he's doing either, he just guesses as he goes along. So look, here we go, look at these. Put them in there, boom. And thank you for coming on this journey with me. Of course, if you're watching this as a recording rather than live, this is the part where you just kind of skip through and skip through all the slow bits, because, you know, it's not really educational at this stage. I'm just blabbering whilst I slowly chop a vegetable, okay? Wait a second, let me show you this again. See all those bits of sweet potato? You can see the onions. They kind of become translucent, you know, you can start to kind of see through them. See that? You could eat that right now. I'm going to eat it now. No, I won't. Anyway, bits. Here we go, there's all my mess. I'd advocate putting that stuff in the bin, perhaps, but as I say, I'm not going to show you any more of that, okay? These carrots, I'm going to grate them and put them in there, all right? It's kind of a mix, Georgia. Georgia asks, is that oil I'm cooking it in, or am I steaming it? So it's a kind of mix. So I fried off my onions and peppers in oil. And then once the oil was kind of, you know, cooked into it, then I added a few kind of glugs of water, like that, turn up the heat, and it kind of boils them as well. So at least that's what I find quite useful, particularly because it means I don't need to keep stirring it all the time and worry about it burning. So yeah, it's kind of, I like it personally. As I say, your mileage may vary. Heat up, water in, okay. Turn up the heat, as I say, lid on. There you go, that's kind of steaming it a bit. Okay, so don't worry about these. These things will go in soon, okay? The paste, say, star of the show. No corporate affiliation here. Equal opportunity, they all do the job perfectly fine. Okay, So now you can watch me entertainingly try and open one of these things. Okay, whoops. Now can openers, another essential student kitchen item. One thing I would also say though, is, I don't know about you guys, let me know, but most of the like cheap can openers that I get, so rubbish, they just break. Maybe it's me, maybe I'm cursed, I don't know. But I find getting a slightly more expensive, like a couple of pounds more for your can opener really helps, because I've got one that's lasted me so many years. So yeah, Magican, this is the brand I've got, that works well. That's one brand. So do your own research, clamp that on there. Okay. Here we go, this is taking too long. This isn't exciting at all, is it? Okay, there we go, those lids, chuck them away. Yeah, I know. I used to worry I completely decimate my fingers, completely lacerate them. But oh wow, Fran, you use a knife to open your cans. That is impressive. Impressive and kind of scary at the same time, I must say. I tried that once when I didn't have a can opener, and it kind of traumatized me. You know, not physically, just mentally. So I kind of don't do that anymore. But I would just say, moral of the story, please get a can opener and get a kind of slightly better one, because it will help you and it will reduce the stress in your life immeasurably. Okay? Thank me later. If you're that hard done by, I will get you one personally so you don't suffer the pain. Okay? You can quote me on that. Couple of tins. I'm going to leave those there for a bit. As I say, I'm a bit all over the place here. You can criticise me on my methods if you want. Okay, mushrooms. I nearly forgot about these things. That's what you want in your curry. Mine are looking a bit raggedy. Some people might throw these things away when you see them looking like this. Don't throw them away. Don't let them languish in the bin. Just chop them up, cook them. You'll forget about all those little brown bits. It tastes great, okay? Also, it depends how large you like your mushroom chunks. And again, all this stuff is optional, but think about the price of this stuff. You've got tin tomatoes, around like 50p each, less than that I'd say actually. Basically one tin, you know, will do the job. You can use a couple of tins if you want more of a sauce. And then mushrooms, vegetables, really, really cheap, you know? Pennies, less than £1 per portion. So it's much cheaper than buying a ready meal. And once you get the hang of it, you won't be as inclined toward takeout again, trust me. So you get your mushroom, half, and then again, into courses, okay? That'll do the trick. Put those in there. You can put them in at any time. But I like little mushrooms. So, boom. In they go. Okay. If you get bored of perfect chopping, I joke, but if you get bored of the particular methods, then just do this. Okay, watch this. Oh, bye-bye, Georgia. It's been lovely to have you here, all right? Take care of yourself. See you soon. Do that. Okay? That's one method you can do. In half, and then just there we go, that's fallen away from me. Just start hacking at it like a crazy person. Okay? That does the trick. And then you got all little bits. Boom, in there. Again, I'm getting bored of this. Just start slapping away at it until your little bits, they'll cook faster. I like a nice milkshake, Fran. How did that song go? My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. Yeah. All right. rest of your mushrooms. I'm making a little bit of a mess. I'm not going to dwell on it. Just say that if you're in your flat doing this, clean up after yourself. There we go. Be as loud as you can. The louder you are, the better it tastes. It's all on the floor now. I've gone off the edge now. Okay. Crazy. There we go. Look at that. Time away. Can't escape. See that? There we go. Look at that. Absolute perfection. Wow. It's like a graveyard. The neglected vegetables. In there they go. Can you hear that? That noise of the kind of bubbling, hissing noise. Look at this. Oh, yes. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, that's nice. You can see they start to become a little bit softer there, a bit brighter in colour. They're cooking. And then, for the sake of the recording, have a look at this. There you go. See that? It's starting to get a little bit softer there. It's starting to change colour a bit. Okay. Haha. All right. So at this point, you've got all your vegetables mixing around. I'm sure you guys watching, as I say, this can be done in like 5 minutes, 5–10 minutes. Take nowhere near as long as I did, okay? Trust me on that. Look at all that nice liquid, because I've been boiling these vegetables in a way, in a nice liquid. And I've got it on high heat, as I say here, and I'm gonna add some of my lovely paste. So you've got basically, to summarise, vegetables, cook them off, okay? In your pan, chop, 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 in they go. Nice and basic. Jar of paste. Now, how much of this you use is up to you, okay? You can use half of it, you can use all of it if you really want it like that. I think it uses half usually, but I've got half in here. So I'm literally gonna put half the jar in there, a couple of spoonfuls, a couple of teaspoons. Okay, although this is slightly under half. And as I say, you can get this paste in all the shops. There you go. So that's that jar done with. But that's not quite enough for me. So I'm going to crack open another one. By the same. There you go. Boom. So I'd say around 6 teaspoons, I suppose. I'm just going to go a bit crazy today. Because here's the great part of it. This paste means you don't need to use any other powder spices. And that is a simple part of it. Let me show you. There you go. See all that? There you go. That's a clump of the paste. And just mix that all in, okay? Don't be shy. And you can see the liquid starts to change colour. And you want to coat all these lovely vegetables in your kind of spicy liquid, okay? And yeah, it's all still cooking meanwhile on your high heat and your liquid there. Nothing's burning so far. So you got that doing its thing there. At that point, just leave it for a little bit. What I'm going to do is get some of the chicken ready, okay? Show you how to make a little kind of chicken curry out of this. You fancy a bit of meat, okay? Bear with me. All right, I'm back. Chicken. Got 5 fillets in here. I'm going to do a couple, all right? This would feed 4, I would say. Okay. So just get your fillets and chop them up, if you fancy, or just put them in whole. So I'm going to put a separate pan in just to show you all the things you can do. Okay. Can you see this slightly? Yeah, that's okay. That's that visual. Turn your pan on. This is for the chicken, by the way. This is if you want a kind of chicken addition to your curry. Okay. There you go. Feel free. Get your knife. Stick it in there, and then just kind of pull your breasts away and put them in your nice hot oil. Okay. Oil heating up there, vegetables kind of flipping away there. Just drop that in there. Yeah. And eventually, you'll start to hear it hiss. Okay? What I like to do is add a little bit of paste to the chicken breast when they're cooking. Get a bit more of a chickeny, kind of curry flavour to chicken. So you got that chicken now on the medium heat as the oil kind of heats up. Let me show you again. Have a look at that. That's flipping away still there, okay? And once that reduces down more to a kind of thinner consistency, well, sorry, not thinner, thicker consistency, less liquid, you can add it in tomatoes. In fact, let's add them right now, okay? 1. Oh, there we go. Hi, Amanda. Second one. Yeah, there we go. In they go. You can see these are whole tin tomatoes. You can use pre-chopped, whatever, really. I prefer the whole ones. Just chop them up yourself. Don't worry about perfection. Look at that, sizzling away. Careful for it not to splash you in the eye and blind you. All right. I think it's going to taste pretty good, though. I don't know. As I say, let me know what you're cooking tonight. I'm probably not even going to eat this tonight, to be fair. I don't know. We'll see. It's the great thing about this meal. If you suddenly cook it and you change your mind, you don't want to eat it, don't worry. It just stores really well. I should probably mix that, shouldn't I? There we go. Look at that. Like a bunch of weird fruits. So that's what they are. Don't know if you can hear that hissing noise. That sizzling sound. Flip that over. Oh yes. Haha. Okay. Thank you, Amanda. What are you cooking tonight? What have you had? What are you going to have? Lovely. Okay. Oh, that's splashing. All right. So what I'm going to do is put that on the back burner on a smaller heat there, just so it doesn't overwhelm me too much. There we go. Nice and low. All right. Now see that sauce forming there? Mm. Right. So you can see all that mixing together there. So to reiterate, all this is just veg and tin tomatoes. Oh, lovely. Love a nice hamburger. Hope all your family's doing well. Oh yeah, definitely. Food through the airwaves. Send some. So you can see those chicken bits there, the breast starting to kind of become no longer pink. They're nice and cooked on the outside there. On the outside. Okay, you can't just bite into them right now. Nice. They take a little while to properly cook. Once they do, we're going to mix all those in. We're going to have a nice curry going. Okay, there's our veg curry. Now, Fran, this is a good question about hygiene. Is it okay to use the same spoon for the chicken and the other food? Obviously, if you are cooking for a vegetarian audience, obviously don't be mixing the spoons around. I wouldn't recommend. But bear in mind, we're cooking food here at high temperatures. And eventually, obviously, the juices, everything is cooked properly. So there's not a risk as long as you just keep everything cooking, okay? If we serve this up right now with the juices from there, in there, that might be a bit risky. But just keep cooking and say, if you're worried, use separate spoons, okay? There's no problem there, all right? So that's looking pretty good. You can see that it starts to kind of thicken up. It's much harder to move the spoon through. And that liquid will start to become thicker, like a sauce, okay? And if you find big chunks of tomato, just shove your spoon through them. There you go. Hi, Amber. All right, let me plug you in for a second. I have to plug you in and move you, okay? Otherwise my phone's going to die. Okay. Let me reposition you here. Thank you for bearing with me during this tech hiccup. Okay, that's pain. That's a pain. There we go. That kind of does it, I think. All right, it's not perfect, but it would do. By the way, I will narrate to you what's continuing here if you can't see everything, okay? I'm going to take my jacket off, a bit warm here. Whew. And that's one thing I would say. When you're cooking in this heat, get a bit warm. Whew. Yeah. By the way, the great thing about this recipe is there's not really any right or wrong way to cook a Cullen Kennedy curry. I'm joking, that's not what it's called. But, as I say, vegetables, your paste, and your tinned tomatoes. That's all it is, okay? And I'll put up a recipe on the Instagram story afterwards, okay? So, if you've not been able to make sense of my babbling, don't worry. All right, I'll put it in writing for you. But yeah, looking at the time, I mean, we're getting on now for time. I should have been done by now, okay? I'm so sorry. There we go. So that chicken's still cooking there, don't worry about it. Again, these carrots that I forgot about, I'm going to grate them in there with this. And that's one thing you can do. If you suddenly decide that you want extra vegetables in your meal, just grate them in, okay? And I know I'm making a bit of a mess, don't worry about me. I mean, you know, I'll clean it up. Just see that? Just can't do that. Keep your fingers away from it. And you get nice, small bits of carrot that cook really quickly. You can do this with any vegetable, even a courgette. A bit harder though. Alright, there you go. And of course, keep stirring it. And if you get bored like I just have, munch on your carrot. And of course, wash your hands. Bear with me, bring my chicken away from earlier. There we go. All right, I'm back again. That's a good aroma. So let's say you got your chicken in there. You can repeat all the same steps that I did. Onions, paste, vegetables, tomatoes, but add chicken instead of sweet potato, okay? I'm doing two things at the same time, so I like to make life harder for myself. But again, it can be, oh, there we go, throwing my phone at the floor. Have a look at this. Not my face, we don't want that. There you go, can you see that? There we go. Hi Emma. So we got the curry flipping away nicely there. See it thickening? See that chicken? What I'm going to do is I'm going to spoon some of this into that. That's one method. That's not the usual method that I use, but That's one method of doing it. Again, I'm cooking whole bits here, but I'm going to kind of shred it at some point. But yeah, feel free to just spoon some of that in there. That's an easy peasy way of making 2 meals at the same time if you fancy doing that, right? Oh, hi Karen. So you got a chicken in there. Feel free to get a spoon and just spoon that into your chicken mix if you fancy. Okay? Kind of halfway the mix. Here we go. Hi guys. So let me just show you for a second. Not me, this. There you go. So I'll spoon some of that out and put it in there. It's one thing you can do if you want to cook vegetable and chicken at the same time. If you want to batch cook. But simply put, you can just do what I'm doing here with chicken, with vegetable. That's simple stuff. Okay, that's the basic. I know it's not simple to begin with, but that is the basic recipe. Here I'm doing 2. I'm doing my vegetable. I'm adding a bit of that into my chicken if I want a bit of a more of a kind of, you know, a meat eater's version. Again, a lot of time I love it just nice vegetable curry. But yeah, just put that on kind of medium heat there. That will do the trick. And seal that, all that liquid. Turn that down low now. Because you want that to sizzle and cook and just reduce down, all right? Now I'm going to take some of these and put them back in there. Okay? Because all I want is the main tomato sauce there. Okay? Hi Dan, how's it going? How's your day been? See, I'm just spooning this into there, just so I got my nice sweet potato here and my chicken here. It's 2 kind of separate dishes for different days if I fancy. And that is the beauty of curries, with how versatile they are. So I must say again, the smell. It smells pretty good. There we go, there's little chunks. And again, I must say, you can chop up the chicken breast. That's an option. Oh. By the way, it's been a long week, just so things kind of a bit slower than usual. Okay, that's my excuse. All right. But yeah, this can be a quick and simple dish. As I say, if I can do it, then you can do it. All right. So there we go. You've kind of basically rescued all these little bits of sweet potato there, chicken there. All right. Have a look at that. See the nice sauce forming. Now I'm going to add a teeny bit of water to that, teeny bit of water to that. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn the heat up on my chicken. Basically, you can cook this for like 10 minutes or so and you'll basically be done. The key with the veg doesn't need minimum cooking time really, as long as the veg is a bit soft, you're kind of fine. Like at this point, you could eat it. Depends how thick you like the sauce, okay? It can be as quick or as long as you want to make the veg. The chicken, about half an hour. About half an hour will cook your chicken. Smaller bits obviously helps cook faster. I'm gonna leave that for now. put a lid on it, and I'm going to kind of move that. All right. Yeah, just leave it there for now. Look at this. Let's give this some TLC, shall we? This chicken. I'm going to turn that big central one off, and then I'm going to move it to there, the back burner. Okay, I'm going to turn it on. I'll leave that going, nice and gently. Yep, we're on. Okay, there we go. Get away nicely. Okay. Now you've got more visibility here of this, okay? Move that forward. Play musical chairs of this. All right. Medium heat. All right. So at this point, you can't just leave that going like that. Medium heat. Have another munch of your carrot. And the great thing about this simple base, oh hi Alfredo, how's it going? Simple base of food here, chicken and vegetable. You can basically add, as I say, anything you want, anything that you don't want. It's very versatile. If you don't like sweet potato, add butternut squash, add anything you want really. As I say, parsnips will do. Give me your suggestions. I mean, tell me some vegetables and I'll tell you if they can go in this. Basically, any vegetable can. As long as you've got sauce and spices. And the woks are good. 20-inch wok, I believe. They're handy. Alright. That tastes too nice, that raw carrot. There you go. Obviously, you can cook this with rice. You can cook this with potatoes. You can have anything you want on the side of it. Okay? As I say, this meal will on average take you around half an hour, and this is me being honest from experience. I know you're hungry now, Fran. Feed yourself. Have some food. Have some more food. Don't feel hungry. Oh, you can't see that, can you? Well, oh, that's simmering a little bit. Let's turn it up a little bit. So very shortly, the Instagram live's going to end. I'll pop back on with you guys, okay? Part 2. Then we'll have a little chat a bit later as well, okay? right. Ooh. Okay. Okay, hello again, back on. I just had to make sure that my area was clean here, and of course the Instagram live ran out of juice, all right? So, consider this part 2 if you want, of the curries. So, basically, curries had around kind of like half an hour of kind of simmering time, basically. Hi, how's it going, mate? So, let me show you for a sec. Here we go. Vegetable curry there. You can kind of see there that it's starting, it kind of thickens there. You mix it around there, and it's basically done now, because those pieces you can slice into them, they're softer, okay? Let me illustrate for you when your curry is done. You can take a piece, sweet potato, put it on a plate, okay? Get your knife. Do you hear that noise? Now that slice, and you can see it's a little bit kind of hard on the inside there. So it's not entirely done, it needs a couple more minutes. We're nearly there. The ultimate test, obviously, is to try it. And you'll know. Oh, hi Avinash, how's it going? So, sweet potato, all that jazz in there, chicken in there, okay? Around half an hour of simmering, basically your veg with your tomatoes and your curry paste, okay? Curry paste. Reminder, like this one, you get them in all the shops. Not authentic, but it's nice and cheap, and it's simple, and it's quick, okay? So sweet potato, any veg will do, as I say. You take a piece out, cut it in half, shove it in your mouth, give it a try, okay? And that will tell you whether it is or not. You want it to be nice and soft. It's when they call it sweet potato. Not because it's a potato, just because it tastes kind of sweet. See our chicken here? This at around half an hour, as I say, simmering. Feel free to take your chicken breasts out, preferably with something less cumbersome than a wooden spoon. Use this if you fancy. Take that out, put it on your plate. There we go. That sauce. See that? Shiny, that's what you want. Now, you want to chop this into bits, okay? Oh, here we go. Hello? Ah, women in business. Hello, how's it going? So we've got curries here. Let me know if you guys are eating at the moment, what you're having for dinner. Got a couple of curries here, it's an update. So the chicken there, you want to just chop that up into bits, put it back in your sauce, all right? It couldn't be easier. And then you're pretty much done, really, to be honest with you. Just take it, slice it in half, slice it in little bits. So then you're done. Inch chunks. Ooh, yeah, it's nice. Feel free to chop your chicken breast in half. You can do this at the beginning, by the way. I decided to do it at the end because I'm a maverick. Just because I thought I'm being a bit lazy, so that's what you can do. That's an option. Oh, hi Amelia, how's it going? Thanks for dropping by. So chicken pieces. You're chopping your chicken into little bits. All right. Make as much noise as you can. All right. See that? All the bits of chicken. That's what you want. All those little bits, and put them in there. Put them back in your sauce. Okay. There you go. Oh yeah. Back in there. There we go. Okay. Then just mix it around a little bit again, and then you're pretty much done. It's a nice and simple, delicious, flavoursome chicken curry here. Chicken Madras, yeah, chicken Madras. It was a bit hot. Use different paste if you want it a bit softer. Add yogurt if you want to give it that creamier flavour. Coconut milk, all does the job pretty well. Add a little bit of water if you fancy again. Feeding me a bit. There you go. Pretty much done there. A few more minutes there. Just leave that. Leave that on the low. Low heat. Right. Our vegetable curry is looking very nice. See that thickening? Yeah, it's good. That's what we're talking about. This is with 2 tins of tomatoes, guys. See that? That's done. Off. That one. Keep that going. Tiny bit more. And we're pretty much done, guys. Hear that hissing again. So obviously, again, if you want to check that the chicken's cooked, take a little piece out. And try it. If it's too chewy, then it's not done. If it's pink, it's not done. If the juices don't run clear, basically just smell it. So after half an hour, it should be done. So, got that there. Delicious. That should be pretty tasty too. Chicken curry, chicken Madras. There you go. All right. That's pretty much it for those folks. And I'll put the recipe list up as well. So don't worry if you didn't get all the details. And the great thing about these is they will store for four days, really, 4 days maximum in the fridge, right? Both of them. And yeah, you can feed 4 with this, rice, potatoes, and also with the veg. So the veg one probably feed 6, I'd say, really. That's even more food. Okay? But yeah, good smells. Yeah, look at the time here, guys. I'll be back around, I'll be back around 9 or so, okay? For a little Q&A, okay? 9:15, I'll be back by then. Just share a few more tips, okay? I'm gonna clean up, share a few more tips, and any questions, we can have a bit of a chat, all right? For those on the recording, skip forward. But yeah, it's been good fun. I've enjoyed it. I hope you have too. I hope you've learned a little bit. I mean, I know, it's a learning experience, I don't know. I'll figure it out as I go on, all right? So, as we all are, okay? So look at that. There we go. That's done. As you can see, a nice shimmery sort of thickened kind of sauce there. And then that's done. So put the lid on it if you want. Keep it hot. There you go. All right. See you very soon at around 9, okay? And then we're going to have a bit more of a chat, all right? Thanks so much. Bye-bye, guys.